Welcome to AbilityMKE Now. My name is Sue Roskopf. AbilityMKE Now is a show all about integration, bringing people with disabilities and people that don't have a disability together, enjoying life here in the Milwaukee area. We all have different abilities, and here at AbilityMKE Now, we dive into this topic of diverse abilities. The concept of disability has a wide range of possibilities. We could be talking about physical or mental disabilities, the deaf and hard of hearing community, blindness, chronic pain, mental health diagnosis, goals of substance use reduction, and the list goes on. We all have our own experience with disability, whether it's our own, with people we know, or with people we encounter in our daily lives. Here at AbilityMKE Now, we break down the barriers and celebrate the ability in all of us. I am so excited to be having a wonderful gentleman joining us as my co-host this evening. We have Michael Martin Humel joining us. Michael is a writer, speaker, and podcaster who works to bridge the gap between disabled and able-bodied people. So glad to have you here with us. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Good to see you.
So give us a little more of your background. Give some insights into who is Michael. I'm so glad you're here. It's going to be fun to get to share you with everyone.
I'm from New York. I lived there for 24 years. I've been in Vegas for 23. I graduated college with a communications degree. I have my own website called Wisdom Warriors, and it's just basically just trying to bridge the gap between able-bodied and disabled people and break down barriers and judgments and things like that. And I also do speaking engagements, and I have a couple podcasts and just interview people about what I do.
Excellent. Well, I'm so glad to have you here joining us. We do have another guest. Actually, we got a couple of guests joining us, but before we get there, I do have something I want to make sure everybody knows about. You know, River West Radio has the Rock the Boat Gala going on this Friday night. It is on Friday, May 30th, 2025. So it's with the Milwaukee Boat Line. It runs from 5 to 7 p.m. this Friday, but you better be there by 4:30 getting on that boat if you want to make sure you're there in time. It is going to be an evening of food and entertainment, karaoke, all sorts of fun going on. It will be a memorable evening on the Vista King. It's going to be celebrating and supporting River West Radio's ongoing commitment to community-driven broadcasting. This gala isn't just a fundraiser. It's a movement towards amplifying diverse voices and fostering community connections. You get to enjoy live music, exquisite dining, and breathtaking views of our city from the water. Your participation helps us to continue bringing meaningful programming to our listeners. We were on this last year. I'm telling you, it was so much fun. The views of the city, the food, the people, the music, all the things. It is definitely going to be worth your time. I am so pleased that they're doing this again this year, and it's going to be wonderful. So making sure everybody knows, if you're anywhere in the Milwaukee area, guess where you need to be this Friday night? You need to be joining us there. So, and Michael, I'm sorry, I heard you say you're not in Milwaukee, so I don't think you're going to be joining us on the boat this time. We'll have to make plans for future. So, well, I'm going to go ahead and bring in our next wonderful guest. We have Giovanna Sidoti joining us tonight. She is with ASEA, and she has some wonderful stories to share with us and information that I know we will all enjoy. Giovanna, how are you doing?
I'm excellent. Thanks, Sue, for the welcome, and so nice to meet you, Michael. I'm a native New Yorker as well, and I'm still living here in the Hudson Valley. So anybody listening might be familiar. I live near West Point.
I was in Shirley.
Shirley?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure where that is.
Like south shore of Long Island.
Long Island. Okay, yeah. It's a big place.
Yeah.
So I'm here because I want to make sure people know. whether you that your body is making redox signaling molecules, and we make less and less as we age. And this is why redox signaling molecules have been, ASEA put them in a bottle so that we can all enjoy them and replenish something that is native to the body. That's the simple explanation. If you want the science, it's still the simple explanation that I'm offering. It's not too difficult to understand. And people who excuse me, had trauma to brain injuries have been able to turn them around. Even those who were completely in disbelief and skeptical, so many skeptics in all kinds of ways have been able to been turned around. And it was only because family took the plunge and said, all right, we'll do it and drink it. And I'm working with someone who has past couple years dementia. So I'm looking for a wonderful outcome. It happens to be my sister-in-law and her husband. So it's a slow process because there's intimidated to some degree, and it's hard to explain these things to people who still, have a little bit of a childlike attitude, and not because they want to. It just, it's happened over time. So we're putting a lot of faith in rejuvenating his body with the molecules, and be able to give you a report in a few months when I come back to share. That would be really amazing. So many wonderful things are happening in ASEA, and we just want the world to know it can happen for them too if they're struggling with something.
Excellent. And yeah, I see a tagline of yours that suffering is optional, relief is golden. That is so true. When there's ways to make life better and not have to put up with the suffering that is happening, it's just sometimes just a matter of knowing what options are out there and being able to go down that path to see, maybe this will help. Maybe this is the thing I've been waiting for all my life, that this is the thing that's going to make a difference for me, that you don't know what you don't know. So I'm glad you're here to be able to share something that many people probably have not heard of.
No, most people have not.
I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it, Michael?
No.
Okay, nope. Now you've been educated, and we just want everyone else to understand it and know, because it's natural, native to the body, like I already said, but sometimes it needs to be said again. And people have hesitation as a result. But listen, you can't stop the aging process. It's just reality.
No.
So why not slow it down? Why not feel better every day? And this is what we're doing. We're in the process of aging, my husband and I.
We all are.
Gracefully, I might add. But we choose to do this as a preventative. That's the process that we're in. And we don't take medication as a result.
Excellent. And that's huge, because the number of people, when we all think about all the people we know, I'd say a grand majority have some kind of medication that they're dependent on, that's the regimen they're in. And if there's options, I mean, pharmaceuticals, there's definitely a right place for them. But if there's a natural option that is also able to make that difference, we don't, again, I always say, we don't know what we don't know. And if things are available that can make life better, oh my gosh, I want to know more.
Yes, exactly. And the people who didn't know and now embraced it, right, turning things around left and right, it's just a common occurrence in our world. So I would love for people to reach out and find out more. Happy to share.
I love that tagline.
We use this other one. It's called "To Be Well, Redox Every Cell." So the cells, they're deficient. And so by redoxing them, or, replenishing, then they're like all happy. Like, oh, I have lots of energy as a result, we're dancers. I think I shared that with Sue last time, and we're going dancing tomorrow. It's like a 2 or 3 time a week event for us, and people our age are sitting in front of the television, and we're not.
Excellent. Ah, I love it. Yeah, you need the energy to be able to do those activities. I mean, we're water skiers. We're back into ski season again, and yeah, especially when the season starts, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, got to get back into this. Need that energy. Need to get resituated because it takes a lot out of you. So having ways to make yourself better, to make yourself feel better, oh my gosh, so needed.
Well, plus your recovery is faster. Because you're going to use all these muscles that have been dormant, if you will, during winter because you haven't been on the water ski,
Exactly.
Since last summer. So here we go. Let's get them, wake them up. But you won't have the fatigue. Your muscles will respond better, and even just recover is going to be amazing.
Perfect. Well, we do have one more friend joining us. I want to go ahead and bring her into the conversation as well. Miss Debbie Miller is joining us, a longtime friend, and I know she's been here before, but it's been a little while. So glad to have you joining us. How you doing, Debbie?
Fine, thank you. It's great to see everybody and meet Michael and Giovanna. I'm glad to be here. Trying to enjoy the sunshine while we have it here in Kansas City and before the rain comes. So
we got a lot of that today.
Yeah.
We'll pass it on. It's all good.
Yes, we've had a little, and I'm sure we needed it, but we kind of getting tired of the clouds and the rain. So ready for a break.
Summer to come. Yeah, it's time for summer to be here in full force. And actually, speaking of summer, I do want to mention while I'm thinking of it here I know with water skiing, you guys know we water ski. We do adaptive water skiing events too. And I don't know if I have made any announcements yet on here of the dates that we have set for the summer. So dates available for adaptive water skiing down in Burlington. We partner up with the Lindsay Legis Free Water Ski Club and the Browns Lake Aqueducts team. They ski at a site at Fisher Park on Browns Lake in Burlington, and we've got some dates there. So the first open public date is June 27th, which is a Friday. And then at the end of the summer, August 22nd is also a Friday. We'll be there both days from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. So again, June 27th and August 22nd. We do have a date in July at the state water ski tournament up in Wisconsin Rapids as well. So we'll be up there on that Friday, July 18th. So that is all the way up in Wisconsin Rapids. And then that's all with the Lindsay Legis Free Water Ski Club. My team, my home team, Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club, we have a Saturday event on August 23rd. So that's actually 2 days in a row if you caught that. The 22nd down in Burlington and the 23rd in Pewaukee. So those are coming up. Those are dates in the books. We will definitely be doing those as long as Mother Nature allows. So we are excited and looking forward to getting more and more friends on the water and seeing some of the smiling, happy faces that we've gotten to know over the years that come on out and do that with us. It's gonna be a great summer.
That's interesting. I've never been skiing.
It's a fun way to enjoy the lake. Even we have a lot of friends that old and new that have never skied before. And some people do stand-up skiing. Some people do sit-down skiing. It depends on what works for each person, and both are available. And that's where the adaptive skiing is literally sitting in a ski, on a ski, and it's all set up. You have a stand-up skier on either side, and you go out as a threesome out onto the water behind the boat. You make a couple of runs around the lake, or as many as we can do, and then we come on back in and land, and all the people on shore are whooping it up, and we're waving from the water, and it's a party at the lake. It's always a lot of excitement, smiles from here to there, and just as much fun as you can imagine. And I always say, I don't know who has more fun, actually, the participants who are doing this for the first time or for the 15th time, or me who have been doing this for years. And it's just so much fun. It's great to see all the joy on all the faces. and it's the whole day. I tell you, I go home energized but exhausted all at the same time.
Wow, yeah, I can imagine.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, well, and Debbie, I want to give you a chance to share a little bit more about who you are, and just as a reminder for everyone, because yeah, you've been a friend for a long time and a big supporter here. Glad you can join us. So remind us who you are.
Thank you. I'm Debbie Miller with Legal Shield and ID Shield. So I'm here to help families and small businesses have access affordably with legal assistance, legal teams, and that whole firms there in, well, wherever, Wisconsin specifically at this point, but just to help whatever your ability is, that we all need to have attorneys at our beck and call, really, and that's what Legal Shield is all about. Having an app on your phone so you can tap it and say, hey, I need this, I need to know about this, I need help with this, I have this kind of a question, and actually have an attorney call you back the same in 8 business hours and tell you what you need to know. A lot of us think that, well, I'm not going to go rob a bank or do anything crazy, so I don't need an attorney. But the fact is, we have all kinds of crazy things thrown at us literally every day, and we need to have the best advice we can get. And often, something that we don't even realize is a legal issue could become a legal issue without good advice. And so that's what Legal Shield is all about. So that's why I'm here, just to let people know we're available and happy to help. So Sue, back to you. Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah, none of us have enough hours in our life to be an expert at everything. We need to have people we can rely on to know the things that we don't, and that's huge, because I know a lot about adaptive water skiing. I can share that with whoever is interested, but I don't know everything there is to know about the legal world, or I'm not a medical doctor. There's all the things. We all work as a team. We're a community, and the bigger our community is, the more we can stretch and grow and connect with one another, the better off we all are. So having open ears and being able to open our eyes to new possibilities and all the things that's out there. It's an exciting time. Sometimes I think that whole COVID thing feels like so long ago, when we all got to be on Zoom screens and connecting that way so often. And we've come a long ways. We're still doing a lot on Zoom, but man, did that make the world smaller. The people that I've gotten to meet and connect with, and even like this, we're spread out all over the place. Yet here we are in Milwaukee via screen like this, and being able to team up. It doesn't necessarily just have to be the person next door. It's literally the person that you can reach and be part of your community, part of your own, I want to say, my personal team of how I can do more and do better in life. So I appreciate you guys very much being here and all the things that you bring to the table. So, and I know I always love asking about stories. Stories are a fun thing that people can relate to. And I know with each of you, with what you all do, you've come across different things that have happened, different stories in your world that pertain to whether it's your business or with disability related, with whatever it is that you've got going on. What is one of the favorite things that's happened in the last, I don't know, few years here that really stands out in your mind that you'd like to share with us tonight? Giovanna, I'm going to start with you. What is a favorite story that you'd like to share with us?
I can share my own personal story. I used to get incredible headaches, and it was a chronic thing for many, many years. And I wasn't really paying attention. I was drinking the Cia, but I didn't realize that I wasn't getting those headaches anymore. So now it's been over 3 years and I haven't had one, and that's the plan. Like, I'm not going to stop drinking it because I don't want those headaches to come back. Yeah. And my husband had warts on his hands, which are very kind of common, I think, for people. They're difficult to get rid of. They're actually a virus from within, and they have vanished. And the funny part was he comes to bed one night to tell me this, and I'm trying to go to sleep, and now I can't because I'm so excited. I can tell it's because of the dysplasia. Yeah. So yeah, we've had great experiences, and yet to some degree they're important for us because these are the things that were, hampering our existence, if you will, because having these terrible headaches debilitated me for 3 days every few months. And not to have that anymore is just like, that's why I have this boundless energy. I don't want to give up. I just want to keep going. I want to talk to as many people, be in as many spaces as I can possibly be. I'm going to do a live event this weekend on Saturday, so I can't come to Milwaukee on Friday. But yeah, it's there are so many people with grave issues that really we're able to turn them around, and it's profound, really profound. There is a website that I can lead you to and send you stories if this is something that you have questions about. Happy to share.
Excellent. Oh, thank you so much. Actually, Debbie, I'm going to pass it on to you next. Favorite story you've got?
Well, this isn't the newest story, but this is a story that I guess makes me feel like somebody understands me. As a wife, and I was often sent to the car repair shop to get the parts, that we needed for the car. So when I heard an attorney actually tell this story, that a lady was at the mechanic shop and he was telling her that he needed to replace both water pumps in her car so that her air conditioner would work properly in her car. Now, sadly, her husband was deployed, so she couldn't call him and ask for advice, and she had no one else. So she called the law firm. I personally have no idea why she thought that was an idea, but she did. He took the call and he listened to her whole story, got the phone number and the name of the mechanic and everything, knew exactly where she was. And when he had her calm down, he called the mechanic and talked to him and informed him that he knew that there was no car in the world that had more than one water pump in it. Now, frankly, I had no clue. But anyway, he knew that. And he said that since there was no car with more than one water pump, he expected him to take care of this soldier's wife immediately and fix her car correctly. And if not, he would see to it that his business was investigated. His thought was that obviously this was not the first time this person had tried this little trick. And so, as I'm thinking about, yeah, sure, that makes it a total legal issue. At the beginning, why would she have thought? I'm sure she never thought about it being a legal issue. And so just the fact that our attorneys would take the time to deal with that and turn this whole situation around was a major deal, in my opinion, something that I'm like, wow, our guys are really there to take care of people. So thank you, Sue. That's my favorite story.
I do have a question. What got you interested in the legal field?
I was interested when we heard about the will. A will is something that we all need, but when our children were young, we knew we couldn't afford one, didn't have a clue what to do. When we were introduced to Legal Shield, we were told we could actually write our will, and next year we could update it, keep it updated, and that was what grabbed our attention.
Excellent.
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, it's amazing. You want to be able to trust the people that you are doing business with, right? You go to get your car fixed, you expect they're going to give you good information, or whatever service, your doctor, your anything, you would expect, you go to them in good faith. And when somebody tries to pull something over on you like that's traumatic. That is awful. I'm so glad that she had a way to work through that awful situation.
Yeah.
Good story. Thank you. So, Michael, I'm going to pass the torch your way. What story would you like to share?
There's been a few times when I've done speaking engagements lately that really affected people, and when I got off stage, one of the people that watched was like in tears and thanked me. That really impacted me.
Excellent. And how do you travel far when you do your speaking engagements, or are they?
No, that one was in Nashville, so I did travel a little bit for that one.
Excellent. And I guess and the story that I always love to share is with our adaptive skiing. I remember one time being in the boat with the mom of the adaptive skier. So I had the view of the skier out there. I've got mom sitting next to me taking a video. So I'm in between her and the boat driver. My job is basically the safety position. So I'm the one that helps as we're coming around and it's time to drop off our skiers. Then I pull what it's called pulling the pin. So we let the ropes and everything into the water and then they safely come on in for their landing. And so while I was in that position, my mom's next to me, like just crying because we're watching her son. She had so much joy in her that it was coming out that way because her son is a young man with autism and he was behind the boat, arms up in the air, just whooping it up. It's so happy. And you could just feel what was going on with him, with how happy he was and how exciting it all was. And she's sitting next to me saying, this never happens. The only time she ever sees him truly express this kind of emotion is behind the boat doing this. It was just like that hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, oh my gosh, that's where you can see what a difference having a different experience like this can really impact a person. And we've seen that it's sometimes you don't know what difference you can make for another person, even doing something as simple as you're walking by in the mall or down the street and just smiling at somebody. Say hi. It's not a hard thing to do, but I don't think people realize sometimes what an impact we can make on each other. That's very simple. It's not a hard thing at all. You can give of yourself without taking away from yourself. You can be that positive piece in somebody's life. One of our guys actually in our ski club last night even made a comment that yesterday, well, in the mornings, he gets in a good workout in the morning and he said that charges his batteries. Like, I don't need coffee. I don't need caffeine. I don't need any of that because I worked out. My body's happy. I am at 100%. I am positive energy. And he starts his day at 100%. And that's where he goes into the day full force. And if anybody's negative around him, it might bump him down a couple percent, but he's right back up to 100%. Or if he gets in touch with somebody who bumps him even higher, he oozes energy and positivity. And that to me is inspiring because how many people do you know that they're like crawling out of bed and they got to get that coffee, got to get the caffeine before they can maybe be tolerable, maybe. And to have that flipped attitude of, I'm on it. I've got the energy. My day's going to be good. I don't care what happens around me. I care, but it's not going to affect me. It's not going to make anything negative. So if you need your energy to be moved up a little bit, I'll even remind everybody again, Friday night, go on and have that fun time on the cruise boat with River West Radio. It's going to be amazing. My name again is Sue Roskopf with AbilityMKE Now, and we thank you.
Recording stopped.
Okay. That was great.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I love it.
My pleasure. You're welcome.
Well, and we are going